So, we were gathered here because several RN staff members in the post-operative unit have asked to meet with the nurse manager and the assistant nurse manager because of the way unit meetings are being handled. The RN staff members have written a letter and stated some of their concerns. For instance, general wording that includes everyone instead of referring to a specific situation is often used when administration gives feedback. For example, none of you have your cabinets stocked properly. And don't you think your ideas are a little behind the time? Administration, nurse manager, and nurse manager assistant have agreed to meet with several RNs to talk about the way that meetings have been handled on the unit with the goal of promoting healthy group interactions.
Alright, should we invite them in?
I think so.
Alright, I'll go get them. Okay guys, we're ready for you.
Alright, well, looks like everyone's here. So, I have received your letter regarding concerns about how you think the floor meetings have been handled. As the nurse manager, I want to address these concerns to better our group functioning. This, I believe, will create an efficient and warm working environment. Michaela and I would like to make steps towards this goal.
Yeah, we want to make sure everyone feels heard and understood. Could you guys suggest any possible changes you would like to see implemented?
To begin with, we the nurses feel that problems regarding specific individuals are not being addressed appropriately. Therefore, the correct actions are not being taken.
I feel that the management isn't handling things as professionally as it really should be.
Yeah, I agree with you guys, which is why we all took this issue to management. Aaliyah, do you have anything else regarding this issue?
Not that I can think of.
Well, it's surprising to me that you all have such concerns concerning the reputation that our hospital has for quality care and efficiency.
Yeah, I mean, we understand your concerns. So what are some suggestions or changes you think we could make to better our management?
Maybe instead of handling private situations in unit meetings, we think it would be much more effective if the management met privately with individuals to address concerns.
Like just last week, when I forgot to document my patient's 4 o'clock vitals, Trevor reprimanded me during a unit meeting instead of asking me privately why I didn't document.
So, how have your guys' workload, how's it been lately?
It's kind of hard when I don't show up to work on time.
Mine's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of patients on the floor.
Yeah. A lot of C. diff patients.
Alright, well, I think you're all here. Thank you for coming. I just want to quickly address an issue that showed up today. Someone's 4 o'clock vitals wasn't properly documented. Heather, do you know anything about that?
I didn't have a lot of time to get through it. We kind of had a floor meeting in the middle of my vitals, so I didn't get taken.
I understand your point, but I think you're mistaken. I would never intentionally offend my employees.
I was on the floor during this time, and I agree the interaction was a little unprofessional, but I think he was right to reprimand her. I think he could have done it privately rather than in the unit meeting.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Aaliyah, do you know anything about this situation or have anything to say about it?
Yeah, I don't think this applies to me.
Actually, I had a similar experience when I came into work a few minutes late. Trevor called an immediate meeting to talk about punctuality and professionalism here at work. I shouldn't have been late, but it was unnecessary to call a meeting together of the whole floor. It was really embarrassing.
Oh, shoot, I'm late.
Oh, Kendra, you're 5 minutes late.
I'm so sorry.
All right, everybody, meeting room, let's go. I would just like to address the punctuality of the unit. It's a concern of mine that we're showing up late to work. Kendra, is there a reason why you showed up late to work today?
Car troubles?
Okay. Well, I'm glad we gathered here for this meeting to address this topic.
Yeah, I remember this whole ordeal, and it was pretty inconvenient to be called into a meeting while I was caring for a patient. And honestly, it was part of the reason why I couldn't document all of my vitals at 4 o'clock.
Can we have a floor meeting right now?
I'm trying to do vitals.
No, we need to have one right now. Let's go.
Aaliyah, didn't you have a similar experience where you forgot to turn the fall alarm back on for one of your patients?
What? I don't remember that happening. No.
All right. Just call if you need anything.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Could we have a floor meeting now?
Right.
Yeah, right now.
Wow. Okay, so all this seems pretty frustrating. You can see why you guys called this meeting. Are there some specific changes that everyone would like to see take place?
I mean, I think the issues should be addressed, but individual mistakes should be discussed privately. Also, I don't really think the meeting should be impromptu while we're working on the floor, because it's pretty inconvenient.
Yeah, it is hard to stop during the middle of the day. I mean, I feel like they should be scheduled in advance, and there should be no generalization or announcement of mistakes.
Yeah.
I don't think meetings are that productive when they only focus on one issue, so they should be planned in advance, and maybe we should agree upon what we're gonna have on the agenda.
I couldn't agree more.
Let me start off by saying that I didn't intend to be offensive, so I'm sorry. Maybe we should talk about the lack of proper documentation on the floor. We should discuss some different tactics to solve this problem, and then these interactions could be avoided. I will be more careful when addressing issues, and be sure to not broadly apply them to all of the nurses.
I agree that documentation should be addressed, but maybe we can all talk about how we can work together more cohesively as a team. This is something that could be discussed in one of the planned floor meetings.
I love the idea of team building. This would be super beneficial for the nurses on the floor.
Discussing team building exercises in a meeting would be a great idea. It seems much more productive to talk about how to work towards a more cohesive floor instead of reprimanding people in the meeting setting.
A great idea would be having more meetings to get everyone on the same page. When I was in college, I was an RA, and scheduled meetings every night so I could inform my residents of events and things that could improve on.
I don't think more meetings is the solution to this problem, Trevor. Better management of time during meetings is what really needs to happen.
I mean, I think that we're both striving for the same outcome, but we do need to find a happy medium between the management and what the nurses want as well.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we need to meet as much as Trevor thinks we do.
Okay, so Trevor and I will work on planning meetings more efficiently, but I just want to let you guys know we might have to make meetings a little bit longer so that we can cover everything that we want to discuss.
I'd also like to ask that the management gives us an agenda for each meeting beforehand, so that we can have time to prepare and know like what questions to bring in the discussions and stuff.
As nurse manager, I don't feel the need to explain my reasoning behind the meetings to the nursing staff. I feel as though more emails would be counterintuitive to communicating effectively.
In order to organize each meeting better, we can look into putting a calendar in the break room with bi-weekly meeting subjects and tentative dates. This way everybody knows what's going on, and it will give everyone an opportunity to suggest topics for the meeting so that we can plan the agendas.
Okay. Didn't you suggest a calendar as well? I think it's a great idea.
I don't remember. I just no.
I'd like to also bring up the issue of management wanting to go paperless when signage in patients' rooms is much more foolproof than e-record.
Yeah, I think it's very difficult to attend to a patient in a timely manner when we have to search through their entire e-record for special considerations.
I understand. When you were hired, the orientation consisted of training modules on e-records, so it's expected that you should know how to search for something specific in e-record. I understand that e-record is very complicated. However, this is a tool I foresee being very helpful to you during your shifts.
Yeah, it seems as though there's some confusion on how to document and navigate an e-record. I totally understand that. So maybe we should have a training so that everyone feels a little bit more confident and they can use the digital system, because it is helpful and time saving if we know how to use it properly.
I agree. I'm not really used to using e-record, and the training during orientation was not in-depth enough for me to be able to confidently use it to find stuff like special considerations.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. So this all seemed to work out nicely. I'll schedule a training time for everyone so that they can feel a little bit more confident. I also think that we'll be working on scheduling individual meetings to assess how everyone is handling this conflict that's been going on the floor. We just want to make sure that everyone feels that they can voice their side and opinion, even if they're not comfortable sharing it in this setting.
Okay. That seems like a great way to make sure everyone on the floor feels that they can share their point of view, even if they don't feel comfortable doing so in a meeting of this size.
All right. Well, thank you all for meeting with Michaela and I today. I believe this is a step in achieving an efficient and comfortable working place that I know we can and would have. So thank you again.